In today's episode, Mina asks, I heard Instagram is changing its algorithm again. Is this true? I saw a post in a group on Facebook about this. Okay, so this is kind of tricky when it comes to big technology companies, big social networks, and their algorithm changes. These algorithms change very, very rapidly. Not once a quarter or something like that. They are, because they're powered by a lot of reinforcement learning mechanisms, they change very fast. Facebook, in one of its operations blog posts about how they run Facebook, said their newsfeed algorithm, the model underlying it, recompiles hourly, which means that the Facebook that you used before lunch and the Facebook you use after lunch are technically different pieces of software. Because remember, when we're talking about machine learning and artificial intelligence, a model is just a piece of software that was written by a machine, not a human. So when Facebook says their model refreshes every hour, they're releasing a new version of Facebook every hour. And very likely the same is true of any of these major social networks, with the exception being maybe some old ones. Recently, Twitter open sourced its recommendation algorithm. And when you look at the code that was released, a good chunk of it does not include the model itself, right? It incorporates all the stuff around the model, but not the model itself for obvious reasons. It contains a lot of sensitive and private information. But there's a good chance that model recompiles on a fairly regular and frequent basis as well. So all these things recompile very, very frequently. Now, the intent of a post like that really is to say, like, here's some new advice about what's working on Instagram right now. There are obviously best practices that will get you at least the bare minimums of competency at Instagram, but because these models change so fast, any sneaky trick, gotcha, inside secret, etc., these things, they don't last. And they don't last because the model's constantly retuning itself. So this is how this goes, right? There is no sustainable advantage in working with a lot of these AI-based systems because they recompile so fast. So instead, you really should be focusing on the stuff that doesn't change. And the stuff that doesn't change are the people, the human beings, right? If you are in touch with your fans, in touch with your audience, delivering to them what they want on a regular and frequent basis, there's a good chance that they'll see it and they'll engage with it, and that will help boost up your other content. Engagement really is the name of the game for pretty much everything in social, in search, in anything AI-based, because all these companies have built-in incentives in their models to say, we want to favor things that get engagement. So if you and your customers or your colleagues or whoever can get engagement on your content, in general, it's going to do better, and it's going to provide sort of a halo effect around your other content as well. So is Instagram changing its model again? Yes. It changes it probably hourly. Does that give you some kind of sustainable advantage? No. And should you be on the lookout for little tricks and things that work? Probably not, because if something goes really, really well, like it's a super anomalous, because of a change in the software, there's every possibility that software change will be gone in an hour. So, good question. Thanks for asking. We'll talk to you soon. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.